weird to me. Like, you're gonna show this dude pictures, but of what? Like, because he's not a child molester, where you could, or like what was that? Like, he's not into bestiality. I don't. Well, first of all,
right.
I don't know either one of those things for fact. He's just not been convicted of either one of those things. Let me say that.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know any of that by fact, but his conviction is for rape of women, of adult women, not even not young women or underage women. So I wish we had like an expert, right? Expert. Tell me how this works. I'm gonna find out where you can get it done at too. Go get me one. Try it out.
But I mean, it's just kind of weird, man. Because it's like, what are you testing to see if he still functions like a man? I mean, again, if you're showing naked pictures, I mean, it's not like you monitoring his brainwave. I mean, for God's sake, men think about sex. What did they say? Did they say, like, every 3 to 6 minutes or something like that?
Wait, what?
Like,
I didn't hear you. I was thinking about sex. What'd you say?
See what I'm saying? Like, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, this is going to be impossible. Like, that man going to end up right back in jail. They're going to be like, hey, man, look, your sex drive too high. We got to put you back in jail, man.
Is that a thing?
Well, maybe if they put it, maybe if you really go to the booty warrior, maybe if he go to the booty warrior, maybe he just won't even,
Nah, if he go to the booty warrior, they're going to have to show him different pictures after you get done with the booty warrior. Yeah,
but I'm saying, but if they show pictures of women,
nothing will
happen.
Might
not be turned on by her.
Yeah, nothing will happen. Be in love with the booty warrior, the man who said he's never heard no. Oh God. So yeah, that's happening. Rob, I suggest you do the same thing. Go ahead and get you one of those monitors. Get it hooked up to an app.
Hey man. Well, I don't even need the app, man. I just take a picture and text it.
No, don't do that. Oh no. you cruising for a bruising then. Yeah. Things go wrong. This whole podcast thing blow up. The next thing you know, front page of the AJC. Yo junk. Bad
right
look
there.
for everyone involved.
I don't know. It might help me land the job.
Well, there's that.
Vivid images, vivid pictures might call me. Like, might give me a little job.
Here's other. Yeah. Now, seriously though. Now here's this Jameis. We talked about Marcus Mariota yesterday. As far as we gave our opinions on him as a quarterback and as a person, and where a good landing spot may be for him. But today, I wake up and I'm reading all the stuff about Jameis Winston, and it's like it's like hella bothering me, man. The fact that they actually feel the need to go to the length that they're going through to actually to monitor this guy or to investigate this kid. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Like, how this dude is being like criminalized is damn near a crime. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, my man walked out with $30-something worth of crab legs. Like, how many crab legs you get for $30? They probably somewhere around.
It ain't a whole lot unless you go to Kroger when they have $4.99 a pound.
Right. So they use like $9.99 a pound, right? If you get some good ones. So
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
You're talking about 3 pounds of crab.
Maybe anywhere from 12 to 15 clusters, something like that.
So I mean, and I'm not condoning doing something that, but I kind of put that under the category of stupid and immature. And maybe because I just have a personal link to things like that at that time of my life. Like, I'm one of the rare people who realize I haven't always been a 38-year-old man. Like, at one point I was an 18-year-old kid and I did 18, 19, 20-year-old kid stuff. There's that. Twitter wasn't around, Facebook, and everyone didn't have a camera attached to their hand, so those things didn't make news. You understand? Rob talked yesterday about Mike Mayock, guy who I respect his opinion on these matters of draft players in the draft and things of that nature. Rob talked about yesterday how he had actually moved Marcus Mariota ahead of Jameis Winston on his big board or on his as far as draft position. Here's what Mike Mayock had to say, quote, "There are 2 issues with me, for me with Winston," end quote. Quote, "Number 1 is on the field. He threw 18 interceptions this year. And on the team that arguably had the best talent in the country, he continued to put his team at a disadvantage almost weekly. The final half against Louisville, Miami, and Florida were awful. Oh, excuse me, the first half against Louisville, Miami, and Florida were awful. Now he came back in the second half to play tremendously well, as we all know. Off the field, regardless of what did or didn't happen in that alleged rape, he continued a pattern of poor decisions throughout his career. So the bottom line for me is, can you trust him off the field, end quote. Now, I want to say this about that. We've got to be able to separate a rape from crab legs and trying to be a class clown in the lunchroom. Like, two of those things are a lot less serious than one of them. I'll let you guys out there determine which one I'm talking about, if you got any type of damn sense. But to clump them all together, that's a terrible, that's doing a terrible disservice to the kid. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't imagine, for example, while last year all this hype was going on around Teddy Bridgewater or Johnny Manziel, right? If you would ask me,
yep,
Johnny Manziel is a much more polarizing figure than Jameis Winston. Who went through all this trouble Who went through all this trouble last year? Because I think you would have found out that the kid had a cocaine problem. If you know, you just would have found out one of those things about him. That's one thing about him that you might want to know about if you had done the things that have been done to Jameis Winston. And if you're asking what type of things I'm talking about, these type of things. Security officials and scouts have followed Winston after practices, around campus, and even when Winston has traveled to visit friends and relatives off campus, according to numerous team officials familiar with the spying of Winston. Charles Robinson of Yahoo Sports reported that teams had people follow Winston even on a flight. Like, so everywhere this dude goes, somebody's watching him. Here's the other thing that I kind of drew from this. To me, there is no more speculation about the rape thing. Because if you're doing all this stuff to find out about this dude, they would have found out if this kid actually raped that girl. Period. If that many teams are putting that many resources into finding out about Jameis Winston, yeah, that would have been came out. That they actually found out that he did what she said he did. But it hasn't. And here we are, 3 weeks away from the draft. He's going through the combine, his pro day, he's going through personal workouts, personal visits with the Glazers down in Tampa, all those things. And you mean tell me, as much as stuff gets leaked nowadays, that would have definitely hit breaking news on ESPN and everything else. But it hasn't. So if I wasn't ready to put it to rest before, I'm damn sure ready now. Because they got people following this dude everywhere, talking to everybody he's ever known in his whole life. And they hadn't found that out. They hadn't got to the bottom of that. So all the people with the conspiracy theories that, yeah, Florida State knew they was going to win a national championship, but they couldn't do it without him, so they covered it up. Now what? I mean, are you satisfied?
Yeah, I mean, he's just, one of these young men that have made, some not so wise decisions. And now he's under the microscope or the magnifying glass, whichever one. They have this dude under the radar or whatever, and it's crazy because it's like, again, the stuff that he has done is no different than some of the stuff that some of these other kids have done. I mean, the kids that smoke weed don't even get followed. You know what I'm saying? The ones that get caught, like this boy from Nebraska, ain't nobody following him. Anytime what was the other boy who drafts let's go to Warren Sapp. Nobody was following Warren Sapp around.
Yeah, not to this extent. This is weird.
Very weird. Very weird. It's almost like somebody, and maybe, and don't let me get too far ahead of myself. Maybe they want to make sure that he's doing the right thing or he's going to do the right thing.
I understand. I totally understand that. It's going to be a $25 million, $30 million investment. I understand that.
Because just like in the article, it was talking about how he was going to be ready for game day, but not for life after the game.
Okay, yeah.
And so
we're gonna definitely get to that. His lawyer, you're fired immediately. Yeah, immediately.
But at the same time, it's one of those things, man, where after I read the whole article, I was like, well, this kind of makes sense that he's a young man. So coming out, you know, he might not be ready for life after the game, but as he said, that's what the symposium is for. And the NFL had things in place for that.
That was after the fact. See, he did that. That was CYA. Yeah. After he figured out, somebody, like, how do people not understand that everywhere you are, somebody's listening to you? Anyway, now, but yeah, we're gonna get to this lawyer situation here. This last part of this article that really just made me just audibly say, what the hell? How do teams justify such spying? One scout told me, quote, 2 words, Aaron Hernandez. What the?
Woo!
What? Is that really what we're talking about? Listen to this. This is going to be even more crazy. Others cited Darren Sharper, who pleaded guilty to multiple rape charges, and Ray Rice, who is out of football after being caught on videotape assaulting his then fiance. Okay, here's one thing. Let me say this very clearly. Aaron Hernandez, people knew, like the Patriots, all these people knew of his violent past. And we're talking about a violent past. This isn't him walking out of a store with some damn crab legs. No, this is a dude who assaulted people at Florida and got it covered up, and people knew about it.
As a freshman,
right.
Make sure you say that. As a freshman,
people knew about that stuff already. This is the reason why.
In Gainesville,
this is why a dude with first round talent got scooped up in the 4th round. This is why. Because people already knew about that. Now, if you want to start telling me that Darren Sharper and Ray Rice, dudes who won, his career was over with, and the other one who had already had a long enough career for a running back before he did what he did, you telling me that, like, because what you're saying is, had you spied on Darren Sharper when he was at William & Mary, you would have known he was a rapist. Maybe, but probably not. Or if you spied on Ray Rice when he was at, where did Ray Rice go to school at? Rutgers, wasn't it?
Rutgers, yeah.
I think Ray Rice went to Rutgers.
New York, yeah.
Yeah. So if you would have spied on Ray Rice when he was at Rutgers, like, he wouldn't have knocked his girlfriend out in that elevator. Like these are the most ignorant, stupid comparisons in the world. What you're talking about is a kid who, for lack of a better word, is an idiot. And I've said it every time I speak about this kid. I say the same thing. He feels like everyone sees him the way he sees himself. And if you think that was the first time he walked about that Publix with some crab legs, you're mistaken.
Right. I mean, we've talked about that.
You're mistaken.
He knows somebody there.
Right.
He knew somebody there, and they just let him walk right on out.
Come on, man. It just happened to be the wrong security guard working that night. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
The wrong dude was working that night. He was like,
it could have been a situation where everybody in there knew that was Jameis Winston, and they probably never even sweated it. Like, there's no telling how many times he walked in and out that store. Maybe not with crabs, but maybe, ground turkey, fruit roll up, something. You know what I'm saying? And people
get way too specific.
And they were just, I'm just saying, and they were just like, go ahead, James. You know what I'm saying? Go on. Bye.
And then the whole thing in the lunchroom, guess what? No one knows about that unless some little nerd decides he's going to tweet about it. Like, oh, my God, Jameis Winston just stood up in the lunchroom and said blank, blank, blank. All right, sweet. All right. Now,
but why
now he's a murderer, though. What the?
But that's crazy, man. Like, it's like either one extreme or the other, right? Like, they just saying, like, he's this or he's gonna be that.
Dude, now I hope they don't draft him now. I hope they don't draft him and he goes to the Jets and wins the Super Bowl in his first year. Yeah, that's what I hope happens now. Like, you want to be those people, fine. You know what I mean? Like, have all the concerns you want to about the kid's maturity, but I hate when these kids get criminalized. Like, and not saying that him stealing crab legs is not a criminal offense. That's not what I'm saying. But to the degree that they're trying to compare an Aaron Hernandez situation to Jameis Winston, taking some crab legs, and like you can debate all you want to amongst yourselves about